Thank you for joining ExecuTutor today as we tackle the big question about college preparation. I'm Jeffrey Weiner, president of ExecuTutor. Even if you're at a college prep school, you're going to have to make individual, hard choices. Stay tuned so you can find out how to embrace this challenge rather than allow it to overwhelm you. Welcome to the ExecuTutor 5-part series on college admission. I'm your host, and I'm here with sound engineer and producer Janice Domingo as we make college admissions anxiety-free.
Thank you, Dr. Weiner, for having me on your show. Welcome to all our listeners who are here with us in the inaugural show for ExecuTutor. As a recent college graduate myself, I remember the college preparation and admission process. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but it can be. So, Dr. Weiner, why don't you go ahead and tell our listeners right now, what is the best way for a high school student to prepare for college admission?
So, what I would say is first fulfill your baseline duties, which is doing as well as you can in subjects that you require to study in school. This may involve some extra tutoring or help from teachers, but it doesn't mean you have to spend all your time preparing equally for your subjects. You will have natural strengths and weaknesses. The important thing is to do as well as you can even in the classes that you're weakest at, but just don't devote too much time to those weak links. That will sap energy from what you should be doing. And what should you be doing? Finding what your talents are and developing them. If getting into an elite university is your goal, know that there's many, many people who have good grades and test scores. Standing out from the pack is really about developing your talent or talents early on. This is good news for you because rather than another tiring task like preparing for exams, this should be enjoyable. I've seen parents that spend a lot of money for students to take many extracurricular classes in as many subjects as possible. Rather than doing this, I would say to them, spend your money helping your student develop a talent they enjoy. This could be going away for the summer to a specialized camp like writing camp or tennis camp to learn what they love. And when you're good at something which you've spent time developing, that's what will get you into a good college.
So thank you for that advice. There are other aspects also of being a student that, or I should say, we focus our energy on certain tasks a little more than probably we should. Would you say that one way of, attacking it would maybe be time management on the student's part?
Well, I mean, yes, time management is an important thing. You will have only so much time and limited energy for doing things, but I think it really is less about time management than about editing out the things that are extraneous. So a lot of parents will decide that their students should go to different extracurricular activities in all the things that their friends are doing, or just trying to cover as much as possible in different areas, from sports to the arts to getting tutoring in every single subject. But I think that that's really a way of taking your limited time and energy and spreading yourself thin. So the thing to do really is just to focus, and that's it. It's cutting out the things that will sap your energy and devoting more time to the things that you do like. So it's not simply setting out a schedule so that you can do as much as possible, but really editing it down, which is, I guess, a good practice for life, because that's what you'll have to do, is really to focus on the things that matter to you.
Okay, so thank you for that advice. So you did speak briefly earlier about finding and honing in on a talent or a skill. There are still a significant amount of students out there who don't know what they want to major in. What advice could you offer them?
I think it's natural to not know exactly what you want to major in. However, you're going to be able to prepare better for that rather than just sort of being lost your freshman and sophomore year choosing a major in the years preceding the actual point at which you start your first day of classes. So I really would go back to the same advice, which is to develop your talents. That way you really start to get a sense of what it is that you enjoy and you're good at. So let's say, for example, the kind of career path that most people would say, stay away from. You're going to have a difficult path if you choose it, but it happens to be something that you're talented at, say like acting, or painting or sculpting or something like that. Again, I would say rather than letting go of your whole dream because you think it may not be practical, keep on developing your skills beforehand, really going further into that art, that craft, because again, that will be the thing that helps you stand out to get into school. When you get there, you can explore some of the practical applications of the thing that you like. So let's say acting. I have a number of friends who decided that they were going to give it a go, even if they failed. So one, for example, decided that he was going to be in as many plays as possible while he was in college and studying theater, and that is what he did. And he was in many productions in different capacities as an actor in tech and producing. And then when he finished, he went to graduate school here in San Francisco at ACT, went through the whole MFA program, tried to be an actor in New York, and it didn't work out. So what would that mean? That this was a career path of following your passion and it didn't work out. So my advice is bad. Not quite. There's applications of actors. And in fact, he ended up going into business, but he was able to use all of his experience as an actor in putting on workshops in public speaking in a business world. So there are ways of following what you like and having practical applications so you don't have to scrap that dream and say, well, I'm going to be an attorney, or something that I don't really enjoy, but I know that my parents think is a good idea. So starting early, developing those talents, following it through, and then when you're in school, you can find those practical applications and internships and just keep your eyes and ears open.
Again, great information there, Dr. Weiner. Thank you so much. Didn't you write an article about this specific topic?
I wrote an article recently which covers or answers a lot of these issues. It's called "Choosing a University Based on Prestige Could Be Wrong for You," and it's published on our website and on LinkedIn. But yeah, we have a lot of different anecdotal experiences about this, about people who actually choose universities, who choose career paths that are based on prestige, and end up really abandoning them. So it really is important, starting very early on, to be honest about what it is that you enjoy, what it is that you're passionate about, that you want to spend your energy on, because that's going to be the beginning of a very productive, fruitful path forward, rather than just making choices constantly based on other people's opinions or what you think you should do, in which it's always going to be difficult and upstream, and you're going to be fighting it the whole way.
Wonderful. Thank you again. So why don't you go ahead and give us the name of that article and tell us which websites and platforms that our listeners can find them on.
It's called "Choosing a University Based on Prestige Could Be Wrong for You." It's on the ExecuTutor website, and it's also on LinkedIn. That's
ExecuTutor. Do you want to spell that out?
Sure. ExecuTutor, ExecuTutor.com.
And where else can our listeners contact you if they wanted to learn more information?
Well, you can go ahead and just fill out a form right on the website. And any questions that you might have, just send them over.
Wonderful. Thank you again.
Thank you for joining ExecuTutor in this 5-part series on college preparation and applications. Next time, we're going to be looking at the question, is there such a thing as the right college list? With thousands of choices, aren't most schools interchangeable? I look forward to talking with you about this. Feel free to schedule a free initial consultation with ExecuTutor. And for additional valuable resources, go to execututor.com.